Welcome to another terrible, informal, and unplanned ASMR video. I don't have any official format for these yet, or any kind of schedule that I'm sticking to, or anything of the sort. I don't even plan them out beforehand. But hopefully that'll change soon. Maybe I can get a little better at making higher quality videos. But yeah, this is mostly going to be a softly spoken ramble and light trigger video, maybe with some tapping on a old RuneScape card that I bought from the store for RuneScape membership. So you have that to look forward to. Just follow the light with your eyes. So today's ramble is going to be more about science and space, kinda like the last one. In fact, let's start off with some SpaceX stuff right off the bat. So, Falcon Heavy is coming up again. 3 Block 5 Falcon 9s strapped together with a regular Falcon 9, well, regular, I guess you could say Falcon 9 upper stage, single vacuum optimized Merlin engine. I apologize if you see any bugs flying around. My room is still infested with moths. Hopefully you can't see them on your screen, but I can see them around me in person and they're very annoying, especially considering I'm holding a light. Speaking of which, I should probably dim the lights a bit. That's better. I prefer that lighting anyway. So, Falcon Heavy's coming up. Hey, today's April 1st. Happy April Fools. Except this isn't an April Fool, I'm pretty sure. I think Falcon Heavy's still scheduled for the 7th/8th. So just a week now. And we'll get to see another Falcon Heavy. I have no idea what the mass simulator is going to be for this one. Actually, it's not going to be a mass simulator, I forgot. They're not testing it, they're actually putting up ArabSat. People are talking about what should Elon put up next for his next mass simulator for Falcon Heavy. No, we're already past that. We don't need mass simulators anymore. Falcon Heavy's been proven, and it's actually going to take up a satellite on its next go to geosynchronous orbit, I believe. Might be geostationary, though. It's very easy to get the two mixed up if you're not an actual astrophysicist or jet propulsion scientist of some kind, or general rocket scientist. I'm just a dude who talks about science on the internet sometimes and half knows what he's talking about. So more like a Michael from Vsauce or a everyday astronaut rather than actual scientist. Mostly just a science advocate, and I guess purveyor of ASMR. I might make my own channel dedicated to science. I don't know. Not really, I'm not gonna do that. That would be a terrible idea at this point. Probably, I don't know. Now, I'm going to do some tapping with this RuneScape membership card. I was going to throw it away, but I might as well use it for something. Makes a pretty good tapping noise, I guess. saw it in the, I want to say viewfinder, but this is an iPhone, so I don't know if that's the viewfinder. There's not really a viewfinder on an iPhone. There's a screen. Why is Falcon Heavy so important, you say? Well, I mean, it's actually a lot more important than I think even Elon realizes. He doesn't seem to be focusing on Falcon Heavy as a real, like, end goal. Oh, this can get you to the moon or Mars kind of thing, even though it can. That's what I don't understand. It can put probably, I don't know, complete spitballing guess here, but around a ton on the surface of Mars, something like that. I don't know. Maybe, no, I doubt it'd be 10 tons to Mars, but yeah, a ton of cargo to the surface of Mars, that would be great. A ton of anything. A habitat, an inflatable habitat, Bigelow Aerospace inflatable habitat for a ton. Land that in a lava tube, get yourself a habitat. We could do that, like, next year. Latest. Excuse my hoarse voice. Like I said, I wasn't planning on even doing this. My voice typically gets kind of like this towards the late hours, so not much I can do about it. I've been told I should read scary stories when my voice gets like this, though, so I actually might do that. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to do that here in a minute. If you'll just follow this light. And I'm sorry for all the people who this isn't a big trigger for, because it's actually, I think, my biggest trigger still to this day. Since just about day one of me knowing I had ASMR. I talk about it like it's a condition. I have ASMR. It's a chronic medical disorder. It's a disease. Sorry, I'm just quoting King of the Hill there. Well, paraphrasing, really. Now, Bobby, you have a disease. The episode where it's found out that Bobby has ADD. It's like, no, duh. No. Well, of course Bobby had ADD. What else would it be? I'm surprised they even had to make an episode of it. I thought it was just kind of something that was understood. But maybe having ADHD kind of gives me insight into that. I don't know. Should generally be easy to tell when somebody's easily distracted and hyperactive. I've thankfully mostly grown out of mine. Though I'm still really flighty and can't decide on what to do with my life at any point in time. For the next 5 minutes or for the next 5 years. It's quite the curse. But ASMR is pretty cool, so I guess I'll do that for a while. Yeah, let's go full dark. This really isn't full dark, by the way. My computer screen's on MS Paint right now, and I have the screen on black. I hit F11 to bring the black screen up to full size. On a kind of science/rocket related side note, Rocket Lab liked one of my tweets. It's kind of cool, I guess. You know, Rocket Lab, the rocket company that builds the Electron rocket. Yeah, that one. I guess whoever runs their Twitter account liked what I said. Basically, defending Rocket Lab from all the whiny people who think that it's some kind of spectator sport. Like, oh, wah, they scrubbed the launch today. My entertainment is ruined. Even though it's like, wait, you realize they're putting a serious scientific instrument up into orbit, right? They don't really gotta care about whether you're entertained or not. The fact that they do is kind of an awesome privilege, and you're being an ingrate. To nobody in particular. I was just basically saying that to anyone who's thinking about whining and doing my duty, calling the ambulance, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Rocket Lab liked the tweet. It was kind of, I guess, kind of cool, kind of funny, kind of cunning. Yeah, that's not a word. Cunning is, but what I said wasn't. I need to get better at editing so I can take these terrible jokes out. But that's 90% of my content, so let's read a scary story, a creepypasta that I myself wrote, because why not? Just plug my own creepypasta in my own writing. Even though I don't write anymore, it was like a one-off thing. I got a sudden urge to write it. Firefox is installing your updates. So, come here often. I think it's working now. Sorry, we're having trouble getting your pages back. Sorry, I don't remember having any pages open. Get out of your Firefox. Well, Firefox is just out there. Alright. It's on creepypastawikia.com or creepypasta.wikia.com, which is actually now creepypasta.fandom.com. I don't know. They changed around a little while back. My creepypasta is called The Sandstorm. It's listed in mental illness, okay? I guess that the sandstorm caused a mental illness, but you'll find that out here in a minute. Have you ever been to North Africa? If you have, then you might know about the giant sandstorms that happen there. Let me give you a piece of advice about those sandstorms. Never go into one alone. I had been in dozens of them since I had been working for a documentary on wildlife there in North Africa. I had a bunch of my film buddies there with me for the first sandstorm that I'd been in. It was an amazing experience. All I saw on the horizon was a giant wall of what looked like reddish-orange dust and sand. I went across the entire horizon. As it got closer, I remember a distinct smell, something I just couldn't put my finger on. The sandstorm got closer and closer. As it did, it seemed to engulf the entire sky. It was an eerie feeling when it hit. It was daytime, but when it passed over us, we could barely see a thing. I had my eyes closed most of the time because I didn't want to get sand in my eyes. But sitting there, filming with my eyes closed, I swear I could hear something. I couldn't tell at the time, but it sounded like whispering now the more that I think about it. After the sandstorm was over, I'd captured some good scenes for the documentary, but most of all, I wanted to see if I'd captured that sound that I heard. I rewound back to the very second when the sandstorm hit. I listened, and listened, and listened, but nothing. All I heard was the sound of loud wind and the camera crew yelling commands and the usual stuff. All the other times I'd been in sandstorms, there hadn't been anything out of the ordinary. But the final day I was in North Africa, I'd heard on the portable radio that I always carry around that there was another sandstorm coming. This time, I didn't have the camera crew with me. I was alone. But I decided to go ahead and venture into the sandstorm to get some more good footage. That was a horrible idea. As I went outside and turned on the camera, I saw the sandstorm on the horizon. It looked like a big one. In the back of my mind, there was a nagging voice telling me to find out what that sound that I heard was. In the back of my mind, there was a nagging voice telling me to find out what that sound was that I heard in the first sandstorm. As the sandstorm got closer, I noticed that same smell again, but I still couldn't tell what exactly it was. And as it got even closer, I started to notice that same eerie feeling that I got the first time. But it didn't faze me. I was driven on by the need to film and document these natural wonders. Then the sandstorm hit. But this time, the sandstorm was darker and almost blood red. And the whispers were back, but this time they weren't whispers. They were raspy hisses and screams and moaning straight out of hell. I started to see through the camera that there were dark masses darting just outside my field of vision. I took my face away from the camera and shielded my eyes from the sand. And here's the old cliche. I wish I hadn't. I can't say exactly what I saw and heard, mainly because the fear I felt at that moment, and any time I think about it, is and was too great to put into words. But I will say what I can. What I know is that these are the things that inhabit my nightmares now. I am on the brink of insanity. Now I'll say once again, do not go into a sandstorm alone. And I kind of messed up a little bit there. I left out a part about the strange smell. It was actually supposed to be the smell of blood. Whoa. No, that was supposed to be like a little twist. It was supposed to be. And then I realized the smell that I've been smelling was the smell of blood. Whoa. No, yeah, it was supposed to be something like that, but since it's my first creepypasta, I just completely forgot about that part, glanced over it, didn't put it in, and now the whole, I smelled a strange smell. It's kind of just an irrelevant thing now. And no, I can't edit it anymore. I don't know why they're... Huh? Please log in to edit this with me. Okay. Well, anyway, for a while there, it wasn't able to be edited. You couldn't edit any of the posts here for a while. They locked them all down for some reason. I have no idea why. But they did, and so I couldn't add that part. The all important, the blood was the smell of, or the smell was the smell of blood. It was quite an important detail, but I don't know. I've still been told it's an okay creepypasta without it, so. Terrible creepypasta. It's okay for my first one. I should clarify. Yeah, I guess I'll do some more this. Follow the light, please. By the way, if you like my content, but you want to see the quality get better, maybe consider supporting me on Patreon. Patreon.com/psychoticwolfie, with the P and the W capitalized. No space, no underscore, or anything. Yep, I don't know. I'm just going to start plugging my Patreon in the middle of my videos, I guess. Or towards the end, I don't know. I think this is towards the end of this video. But yeah, that's the only real way that I'm probably going to be able to improve the quality of these videos is Patreon supporters. That would be awesome. I'm still going to make them regardless, though, even if I never get a single Patreon supporter, because it's a fun outlet, and I'm putting stuff out for people to enjoy, so if people enjoy it, I'm fine with it. Probably enjoy it a lot more, though, if I had better equipment, like actual editing software, and could make legit good ASMR, but unfortunately, I'm in a situation where that's not easy to do without outside help, so I have to be a dirty beggar. I'm sorry. There it goes, I'm off. Okay. Stare straight ahead, please. Don't move your eyes or your head, just stare straight ahead. Please keep staring straight ahead. Okay, now you can follow it again. No, I'm not doing the DVD logo thing. What are you talking about? Never got to the actual corner. Thank you for watching. I think that's going to be it for the video. If you like my content, like and subscribe.